Hello and welcome back. I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some more of our Europa Universalis IV, the tutorial series with FilthyRobot. How's it going, Filthy?
I'm doing really well. I'm excited to see the result of this.
Yeah, as am I. Let's go ahead and just quickly, we're going to bring back a diplomat from Castile in preparation for negotiations of peace with this English pretender here. Possibly. I mean, we have to do some occupations first, but I want to be able to poke around a little bit in the peace deal screen. Okay, so the next roll is pretty much going to determine how many of these mercs we allow to complete. You know, we can go a couple more days till the next phase. Okay, we rolled another 9. Holy crap!
And they got a 4 and a -2, so they got screwed.
Nice.
Awesome.
Okay, I think we can actually afford to cancel all of the mercs.
Yeah, I think we ought to.
Yeah. So that's a really unfortunate expense that we just incurred, but we couldn't have known that we would have rolled 2 9s in the first couple phases of the battle. The reason why I think we're going to win no matter what is if you actually hover over the little pips in the battle, you can see that most of our regiment strengths are about 900. We're at about 90% strength right now. We have way more morale than they do, and the English troops are down to about 50% strength right now in most of their troops. Okay. So even though they are flanking us and our cavalry might get some serious damage, they might get routed, they just can't counteract the fact that
Why does it say, when I look at this, it says regimental strength for them. I'm mousing over it. It says, like, I'm looking at the pip 3 from the right. It says regimental strength 372, less than 50%. And if I go like 2 over, it says regimental strength 529, less than 75%.
Yep. Notice the flanking.
How is 529 less than 75% of? Oh, hold on, never mind. Okay, never mind. I'm looking at it backwards. No, okay.
Yep. So what it's saying is it's a good observation. What it's saying is that if you have less than 50% regiment strength, then your flanking range is reduced by 50%. However, in this case, your flanking range can never be less than 1, so it doesn't actually matter. Okay. But for example, if a cavalry gets damaged, normally its normal flanking range is 2. If you can get a cavalry down to half strength, then it loses one of its flanking range. And in the later game, you're going to have cavalry that can flank as much as like 5 tiles. In fact, in the current version of the game, you could have a cavalry with 5 range flank, and then you could have a military leader with a trait that increases their flanking range by another 50%. So they could have 7 flanking range, because it's going to round down. So that damaged army modifier might still affect things. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to cancel these mercs. You can do that either by clicking on individual provinces and then clicking the little X once you go into the higher mercenaries thing, clicking them off, or I find it much easier to just right-click on them in the outliner.
Okay. What does this pop-up of Rebel Uprising here?
Which one? Oh, the alert?
Yeah, for Leinster Separatists coming up.
It's a new alert that we got specifically because we have rebels that are at 80% or higher in progress. So they're getting very close to firing is the issue. Okay.
All right, let's see the outcome of this battle.
All right, first I got to cancel the regiments, otherwise we end up paying for them.
Yep.
So we get half of our money back. Sad that we
still wasted essentially both the loans and the 50% cost of the mercs.
Yep. So
which is the equivalent of having just trained 5 regiments of our own.
Not quite. Mercs cost like 13 to hire versus 10 with real men. So we spent.
I thought you said it was double last time. I must have misheard.
The maintenance was double. The hiring cost was less. We're a prestigious nation, which reduces. You'll notice if you have real prestige, the mercenary hire cost is reduced by 10%. So we pay less to hire mercs because we're prestigious. So anyway.
Well, I'm now. Yeah, exactly. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, that's what we want to see. We're losing 90 men. We're killing 480 or something like that. And we rolled a 7. Wallace, he's going to get immortalized. That dude's a badass. He rolled, I don't remember what the first phase was. It wasn't very good, but he rolled 997. That's impressive. This is on a
14-sided die, right? From 0 to 13 or 0, sorry, 1 to
10-sided.
What was it?
I know. It's crazy, right? Combat is 10-sided die, 0 to 9. Okay. It's the sieges that are 0 to 14.
Okay, sorry, so we're rolling 9s out of 0 to 9. We're rolling top rolls over and over again. Okay, that's why you're so excited. Okay,
yeah,
I'm thinking that's pretty good out of 14. That's still pretty good.
No.
Out of 9, that's ridiculous. All right,
and here's the thing. This is what's so significant about it. A 9 in the first shock phase, the actual second phase of combat, is worth more than a 9 later in the battle because
stack wipes.
You do more damage when your armies are at full strength. So, like if you could choose, let's just say a battle was only 4 phases long, would you rather have the 9 in the second phase or the first phase? Clearly, you'll end up way more ahead if you get the early rolls. So,
can you show me when I look at this? How do I tell what? I know what phase it's in. It says shock in the middle of it, but how do I tell what round it is?
How many you've passed? I don't think you can.
So we're just counting. So because those those first 4 rolls or first 2 rounds are super important, right? Because the determination of that, what if we can break their morale in that time period, they stack wipe, right?
Yeah, they might even still stack wipe based on morale, but it looks like probably not because they've got a couple armies that still have maintenance here. Sorry, they have morale. Wallace backing it up again with another 8.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
He's going toe to toe, man. He's a badass. We like him. That guy's coming out on the 27th of May. We got time to do our siege.
So his morale is now at 0, but it doesn't matter. Oh, current morale is actually 0.07. What happens when that reaches 0?
That's when the battle will end.
Okay.
All right, so we ended up, we didn't stack wipe, okay? Because the battle went too long and they still had some troops with some stuff. He picked up quite a bit of war exhaustion, though. We picked up some prestige. Everything's good, looking good there. And now he's going to shattered retreat to a province within his control that's nearby. So notice how it's going south, heading to Oxfordshire.
Oh, okay.
So it is heading down, and it's either going to go into London, Kent, or it could go all the way down to Cornwall, would be my guess. We have more than 10k troops, so let's go ahead and break off 2 of these guys real quick. Possibly, let's see, how many do we want to break off? Yeah, we can break off 2. I'm going to grab 3 of these.
By the way, we just had another event. I don't know if you want to take a moment to deal with that.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not a decision event, but it is the event has percent chance outcomes. The skills of the Queen Consort.
Nice.
So we have a 33% chance of Scotland getting a royal efficiency until the 1st of April 1472. So we either get minus 10 diplomacy tech cost, minus 10% admin cost, or minus 10% military cost, depending on what we get. So I'm going to just click that, so we roll that. How do we see now which bonus we got?
Press F1. And go to the government screen, which is 2. Okay. And you can see we have a country modifier in the top right corner of this area called Royal Efficiency, minus 10% administrative tech cost.
So you see that. Okay, so we rolled the admin.
Yep. Okay. Those are your country modifiers.
And our tech stuff in here was right there. And so we're now we're 6 away from our next diplomatic tech.
We're getting close.
How do I see, but what does that mean, 6 away? How much are we getting? It says over there. Okay, increase over time. Oh, but it's giving me as a percentage. What are we actually getting as a month-to-month on this?
This is your Monarch point generation, F1, 1. The court screen. We generate 7 admins, 6 diplos, 6 military.
Okay.
Per month.
All right.
And occasionally we get more from other locations. Now...
All right, his troops have magically disappeared, looks like. Or we walk in... Is that like a high-level wizard spell or something that he gets?
No, they haven't magically disappeared. If you hover over all of the armies in Lincolnshire, they're still there.
Oh, they're just hidden underneath something in here?
Yeah, they're just marching. They're still going there. They'll be on the 7th. So tomorrow they'll show up in Oxfordshire.
So he has a cloak of invis. That's cheating. All right, I see him.
Yeah, clearly. He's still heading to this province. We're going to try to go and engage him here. Now, here's the thing. Okay, before we start marching, notice how he's got a little bit of morale? That's because the April morale recovery tick happened. So he has some morale. But we're going to want to go fight him again anyway. If the battle had ended on the 2nd of the month, then his army would still have 0. And if you could track it down before the next monthly morale tick, it would be an instant stack wipe no matter what, because he has 0 morale.
Does maneuver let us... Our army is marching faster because of maneuver, or no?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Our army is very fast. 25% faster than your average regiments.
Okay.
And his general's got 3 maneuver, so he's moving at 1.15. We're moving at 1.25. We're gonna catch him.
What is the underneath our army? There are 3 little shapes, chevrons, I guess maybe. It's like a green, red, red. What is that? Oh no. Okay, it's moved now. Now it's split up again, and there's nothing. When they were overlap, now right there. See how it overlaps?
Yep.
Yeah. What is that?
That's telling you all the different units that are in that province. There's 3 units in that province.
Okay.
Yellow is our unit, and there's 2 that are red. We've got the
green is our. Isn't that green?
Well, I'm seeing yellow because I have it selected.
Oh, got it. Yep.
Yeah. So one that's green is our troops. Yellow is the currently selected one, I guess, in this case. And then there's 2 hostile armies. And then depending on which way you're going, it's consolidating the information to show that there's 2 regiments or 2 armies marching in that direction.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to go ahead and we're going to march down to Somerset, stack wipe that before we engage in Hampshire, because we're going to get to Hampshire before the end of this month anyway. So his army is going to be just as strong on the 24th as it is going to be on the...
Understood.
Yeah. So we might as well stack wipe the 1 stack beforehand.
Sure.
Unless, of course, he can get there by
Consolidate.
the 16th.
He'll get there on the 16th.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do the fight then.
Okay.
We can't stop him from combining his army. He's murking up right now. That's why these troops are coming out so quick.
Okay.
And by the way, he didn't stop running. He kept going.
It's a little unfortunate because we almost then, if we were gonna have to fight again, it would have been nice to have improved mercenaries. By the way, are we healing during this or no? Are our troops, our regiments coming back up to full strength or no?
They are recovering, yes, over time, depending on whether, because again, our guy is so good, and this is what, hopefully you're starting to see now why I was excited when I saw your first general roll. He's a good general. 5 maneuver, he recovers at full speed even in enemy territory.
Okay.
So even though...
Well, I mean, at this point now, that was new information, novel information that didn't have any context to fit in, because I don't understand what those, when we're like, oh, this general's good, these things are good, here are the bonuses. Those bonuses didn't have any inherent meaning to me till I've actually seen some combat. So those bonuses are totally outside of my memory anymore, like what the fuck they actually did. I remember we have like 5 in maneuver, and that's about all I remember. So.
Mm-hmm. So if you're in battle over the annual or over a monthly tick, you don't get recovery.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, if the monthly tick happens while you're actively engaged in battle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, what I'm doing right now is I'm waiting for that siege of Tyrone to finish. That allows us to now finally I've been tending to this area over here.
Good. I have not been paying any attention to it whatsoever.
We've returned all of our territory to our control, and I've blocked both of the 2 locations that he's trying to train troops, Kildare and Ulster, the 2 little guys. We can't actually siege the provinces, but we can still block them from training.
Okay.
Next up, we're going to go and we're going to engage him here. So we miss out on our recovery tick, but more importantly, he misses out on his recovery tick. And that's good. It's good for us.
Yeah, because his morale's so low, right?
Mm-hmm. And I think we're going to go ahead and...
So looking at this, there's no bonus. There's no defensive bonus for him on that. But we're not gonna have that sweet +2 we had last time. This is gonna be much more even.
Yeah, we're gonna consolidate so that our troops are stronger, in the center, and we want to have fewer troops at the end of the war. So we don't want to be at our entire force limit at the end of the war. That'd be very bad. Okay, he is gonna get a recovery tick, and as are we.
It's unfortunate.
It's okay though. We're still gonna crush him.
You think?
I think so. Yeah. Look at his morale.
Yeah.
I mean, when you win a battle, you get back 50% of your max morale, whether you're the defender or the winner. So we had a ton of morale.
So this is kind of interesting. So how do you ever get troops away if they're just going to chase you down like this?
Well, unfortunately for him, look at the layout of the land. We've got him trapped in this little corner over here. If he had not been an idiot and he had actually kept some troops on the mainland, on the island, and had kept his fort and marches active,
okay,
we
he could have retreated
blitz
somewhere we couldn't have got to.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because he could have retreated through his forts. The forts would have exerted zone of control on us. We wouldn't have been able to follow him past that, and he would have got a chance to get his armies back up as we were kind of stuck on the fort. Is that what would have happened if it had been? Okay, got it.
But because we're fortunate enough to have only given him two areas to be in, we could just move freely between them, and he can't do anything. And we also just rolled an 8 in the first fire phase because Wallace is amazing.
Good.
It's serious. Here comes a 9. I was just gonna say he's gonna roll a 9 in the first shock phase because he's Wallace. Okay.
You didn't change the difficulty on us when we weren't looking, right? This isn't like settler bonus. Okay. No,
but here's something that's very important. Whenever you have an extremely good general, this is just a behavior you just need to just trust me on. It's the right thing to do. We need to exonerate, all right, that's the wrong term. We need to honor this man by dedicating the name of a province to him. So let's go ahead and you pick a province in our country somewhere, any province you want, and we're going to rename that province based on Wallace.
Oh, Beef.
Beef? Okay. So click on it.
Okay.
And then at the very top, very, very top of the province dialog, there's a little thing where it says Fief. Click next to it, and you can actually edit the name of the province.
Means he's already located.
Yes.
Okay.
Just left click there, and you can actually edit that name. So just type like whatever you want.
Wallace with 1 or 2 L's.
It's double L. But Wallace, I mean, he just rolled. How many 9s has he rolled for us against the English here?
At least 1.
Yeah.
A lot.
So
it's now the county of Wallace.
There you go. He'll never be forgotten. We could even put his actual last name in there too if you wanted to, but it's just a little fun thing you can get into the habit of. If you want to personify your characters and immortalize them in the history books, it's a great way to remember who was really good.
And what was my total combat bonus from this again? I get 9s guaranteed now?
Yeah, from renaming a province, that's how it works.
Well, if he fails rolling 9s afterwards, you take it back?
Oh, definitely.
Does it become the province of not Wallace?
If he gets on my shit list, hell yeah. Why wouldn't we?
Anyone but Wallace would be the next province this becomes. Right.
Oh man, I murder generals that suck. If they play really poorly, then they're done. They're gone.
Oh, these rolls. Oh, I'm still rolling ahead of them. It doesn't matter. Is it? By the way, so I've already. Can you pause?
So, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Say again.
So, is it the relative values of the roll that matter, or is it the absolute values of the roll that matter, or both? In other words, is a 4 and a 1, the difference is 3. Is that the same difference as a 9 and a 6?
No, it's not.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go. Okay. I don't want to get too crazy in depth with this because for the most part it doesn't matter. But let me just go look it up on the wiki. EU4 combat. EU4 combat, right? So you can go to the Wikipedia. If you look at land warfare, there's going to be a table that shows the actual damage that you inflict based on the rolls that you get.
Sorry, is this an in-game wiki or no?
No, it's EU4 wiki on the internet.
All right.
Looking for the table. Almost there. It's a very, 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 very big page. But basically, okay, here we go. Sieges, damn it. So much freaking information.
Yeah, there is a lot of information in this game.
And I'm not finding it, actually. They've updated this page and it looks a little bit different now. Anyway, I can't find the table of the actual damage inflicted, but I can tell you this. It's not exponential, but it's very significant. If you roll like a 3, let's just call that a 1, right? You make about a 1 damage. If you roll a 6, you do like 3 times damage. You roll a 9 versus them, then you're going to do a ton.
We get not only the bonuses from the relative scores, but we also get the bonus from the fact that we rolled a friggin' 9. Okay, yeah. So we had some ridiculous first fights. Cool.
Yeah, big numbers on both sides of the battle just mean a lot of people are going to die. A ton of people are going to die. Low numbers means that very few people are going to die. Okay. So that's one of the reasons why having a huge shock advantage on a general can be super powerful in the early game, because if you roll a 3 and it gets turned into a 7, 7 is a really big number when it comes to the amount of damage you're inflicting.
Oh, so the base... Okay, that's interesting. So I wanted to... Actually, damn, it's too bad I ended so quickly. So the number that you get, that number that... The 9 there, because we actually rolled a 9 again, I think, at the end. Or someone rolled a 9 at the end.
Well,
was that pre or prior... pre or post the modifiers? I assumed the 9 was pre-modifiers, and then the 2 was another modifier on top of that. Was it not that?
Well, in this case, Wallace is actually not that great when it comes to his shock value. He's fantastic with maneuver, but he's got less shock than the enemy does. The enemy has...
So it was there too. Okay.
Yeah.
I just saw it for a second. It popped up really quickly on my screen. So anyways.
Yep. Okay. But he rolls natural... Nope, they're still there. We're tracking them down. I'm leaving little troops behind and stuff.
Okay.
To occupy provinces and things.
Oh, yeah, because he's down to 4.9 though, so we did do some damage.
Yeah, and we only need about that many men as well to beat him up. So let's grab... I'm just leaving behind full stacks after consolidation so that they can actually do their job of immediately starting a siege.
All right, I'm a bit worried here. So he's walking. Is he fleeing right now? I can't fucking find him again. Because he like overlaps with our little guy.
Yep, there's 3 individual armies right now that are all retreating to Hampshire.
Okay.
And if you hover, you can see that they will be arriving on the 26th of May. We are arriving before that. He has not had a recovery tick yet, so even though we only have 1 troop there, we should actually instantly stack wipe him if he's stopping in Hampshire.
Okay.
Okay, he's not. He's continuing on to Kent, so he's shattered to Kent. Let's go ahead and wait and combine a few more troops here. Notice how he's actually managed to train up 3,900
more
900.
It's quite a lot, actually.
Yep, he's been busy trying to put troops together. Now, we know he's going to Kent. We can get to Kent on the 5th of June. We're going to go there and just go fight him.
Okay.
Okay, I've got some very interesting music on right now. I've got DLC. Yeah, I have DLC that there's this guy he's like a drunk Swede. And he's singing some weird stuff and it's distracting. So just
I'm so glad
switch to a new song. Yeah, you always turn your music off, huh? That's what I've heard.
Yeah, I'm just not a big music. The game music just gets repetitive for me. I mean, the games I play for millions and millions of hours. You know, it's like ridiculous. Like, the game music gets too much.
Wallace just rolled a 7.
I wasn't even on the fight. I just one-shot him? No.
Yeah. He just wiped one of them. But I'm really disappointed in him. He just rolled a 7. I mean, what the hell's that?
That 7 is not a 9, is it?
I've been getting used to this 9s.
It's just easier to roll 9s every time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, would you recommend that to your viewers? They just roll 9s?
Yeah, I mean, if you're having difficulty playing EU4, your best option is just roll better.
Yeah.
Just roll 9s, and then the game gets a lot easier.
Yeah, and you can influence that. We've already seen this. By the way, this freaking army chase mechanic is challenging.
Yeah. Well, the problem is that he's murking up across the strait, and he's using his navy to ferry the troops over. The French could be doing a much better job. Notice how the French have actually managed to occupy some territory. His little vassal down there is working on Laborde, so he's got the southern coast of English territory taken care of. But he's leaving Calais and Caen there ignored.
Yeah.
So basically, England's going bankrupt right now, hiring mercs, just trying to save himself.
Which is reasonable. Like, he's out of the game, pretty much, if he doesn't do something here.
Well, yes and no. I mean, we're going to beat him up something fierce, but we're not going to be able to take too much from him.
Oh, right, because you've already said that we're not going to be able to conquer the entire... Despite having literally occupied the entirety of it, the war score stuff will now allow us to take it all.
Yep. Click on any province that he owns. And at the bottom of the province dialog, there's a little star with 2 swords crossed behind it. And the one I'm looking at is Essex. It's got a 19%. That's telling you that the war score cost to take this province into peace deal, assuming you have a 100% cost modifier, is 19 war score.
Okay.
While hovering over it, at the bottom, it says the total war score cost for all English provinces is 343%.
So we got to war him 3.5 times.
Yeah, minimum.
Okay.
Depending on how the wars go. So we're going to beat him up. Like, we're going to wreck him. We're going to really hurt him. But, yeah.
By the way, we have a free diplomat.
Yeah, okay. Well, we brought him home so we could kind of look at peace deals. But we're probably going to have to do that in the next episode. Even though, yeah. Now, unfortunately, one other thing that we're going to have to deal with is the fact that we told France we would give him land, and he has actually participated in the war with 44% war score. So 44% of the war itself, he technically gets credit for. So we have to give him...
Why does he get 44? He's done anything.
He has lost a lot of men. If you look at the battle screen...
We give him war score for... He gets war score for losing men?
He gets war score for participating in battles against the enemy. He's been... Think about this. If France wasn't in this war right now, Portugal and the Papal State would both be landing troops on our country. We would never have had the opportunity that we have right now if France hadn't been down there taking shots to the face.
England having like 33k army, and we've killed like
all of it.
All of that.
Yeah, I know. I know. But
France participating seems... If I were negotiating with France, I would be less than pleased with their performance.
Yeah, well, we're going to have an option in one of the next episodes. We could choose to honor our promise and give him some land, or we could just say, screw you, we don't like you, and we could just ignore the fact that we said that and take all the land for ourselves.
All right, we'll see.
That's an important decision to make, yeah.
I mean, we could just compare girth to France and go from there. Whoever had the girthiest army, we could just take it from there.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll wrap it up here. We'll see you again in the next episode. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for watching.